Hi, my name is Vula, and I am the owner and cake artist at Blue Lace Cakes here in Gaithersburg, Maryland. And today I wanted to talk to you about a subject that I hear about very often, and that is why do custom cakes cost so much? And this is kind of a loaded question, and there's a lot of answers that go into it, but I'm going to try to shed a little bit of light on it and give you kind of a behind the scenes look at the process of creating a custom cake. Um, so the very first thing that happens is your customer will send you an email or phone call, and the exploratory process of designing the cake starts. Um, so I'm at this point trying to figure out what the event is for, the style of the client, if there's a theme, if there's certain colors that need to be used. So there's a lot of questions, and so this takes time. Usually it takes anywhere between 1 and 2 hours to get this process going, and you end up with a cake sketch. So this is my little sketchbook here, and it has a bunch of cakes in here, designs, some that have happened and some that haven't happened. But basically, I like to provide a cake sketch for all my custom designs so that the client has a better idea of what the cake will look like as the final product, and also so we're all on the same page and there aren't any surprises later on. Um, so that's the first step. So once we get the cake design locked down and we get all the information as far as the flavors and all that stuff, the next part is the preparation and preparing for making the cake. So that could mean ordering things online that need to be custom made, shopping for ingredients. If it's a complex cake, like a carved cake, sometimes there's a structure that needs to be built. Um, so all this happens even before the cake starts being baked. The week of the event is when everything starts coming together. The cake gets baked, the fillings get made, and all these things are done from scratch using high quality ingredients, all natural and organic whenever possible. I pride myself not only on the way my cakes look, but also the way they taste. So I don't want to spend hours and hours decorating a cake and then giving it to a customer, and then it ends up tasting like crap. No one wants crappy cake. So um, what goes into the cake is just as important to me as what's on the outside of the cake. And so quality ingredients cost more money, especially with the price of vanilla and chocolate and all these things have been going up. It's a lot cheaper and easier to buy imitation vanilla or pre-made cake mixes and fillings, but to me, that's not the level that I want my cakes to be at. So, quality of ingredients is another huge factor when it comes to ordering custom cakes. So, once the cakes are baked, the fillings are made, the cakes are assembled, then the decoration part starts. And so, this is another part that can add a huge chunk to the cost of the cake. If you choose a design that's more labor intensive, let's say a cake covered in ruffles, that is going to take a lot more time to execute, so therefore it's going to cost you more money versus a cake, let's say, that is a more simple design with maybe just a figure or some character images on the cake. So the time to execute the design is a huge part of the cost of a custom cake. And I can easily spend anywhere from 10 to 20 hours just on working on the decor for the cake. Figurines and sugar flowers, they're very time intensive to make, and those have to be made days and sometimes weeks in advance in order for them to be ready to be placed on the cake. So that's a huge factor, is the design of the cake and how long it takes to execute it. And so before we even get to the point of placing an order for a cake, you have the cost of just basic costs of doing business, rent and insurance and taxes and even more taxes. Um, so you have a lot of expenses of just running a business that you have to factor in. And then even before you start your business, all the time to get the skills to be at the level that someone wants to order a cake from you. I've spent years and years working for other bakeries, doing things that put me out of my comfort zone just so that I could learn and build my skills. And not only did I learn while working for other bakeries, I also learned on my own personal time by doing online classes, in-person classes, and just trial and error. And that's a process that never stops, and it probably won't ever stop until I'm done with baking cakes. So I would like people to think that I just woke up one day and I had this magical gift that I could all of a sudden make these crazy cakes. But unfortunately, that's not the truth. It took lots and lots and lots of hours of building my skills and working for other people so that I could learn how to not only make cakes but also run my business. Um, so there's even more factors that go into the cost of making a custom design cake, but these are just kind of like the basics. And so hopefully this sheds a little bit of light on the process. And if you have any questions or anything that you want to add, please leave me a comment. I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you may have. And hopefully this was educational and you learned something. So thanks so much and have a great day.